Look, we from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay.
What is going down, sports fans, cappers, gamblers, hustlers, all around the world? It is your boy, Marley Bets, coming at you live with another video from Brothas N Bets. Got the homie Flat Top, the man, the myth, the legend from Vegas. What's going down, Flat Top? It's been a minute, dog.
I know, man. It's been a minute. I think, probably month or so. You know.
Do we have the new setup and shit last time you were here?
I think you just got it. I mean, last time I was on the show, you didn't have it, but I did a couple messaging in the chat and looking at your locks of the days and stuff back then. So yeah, it's been a minute, but we're getting into that exciting time, March Madness, where it really counts, and there's a lot of money to be made.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The homie, the coaches, he's out of town for work, so got the homie Flat Top filling in for the next couple of days if he can make it. So with that being said, Mr. Flat Top, how about we get to business? One of the games that is about to start here in about 30 minutes I wanted to cover, and that is, if anybody knows the show, has heard me talk about this team for like 2 months straight probably. That is the Oregon State Beavers. This is my fade team of the year so far. Made a lot of money fading this team. So that being said, let's keep going. We got Oregon State. They're going on the road. Well, actually, I think this is a neutral site game.
Yeah, it's neutral. It's in Vegas.
Right. Neutral site game, Pac-12 tournament. They're going on the road, or they're taking on Oregon minus the 9. Couple actual factual. Let's look at the injury report before we do that. Injury report, Oregon State. A lot of people injured here. Let's see. Malone Key, he's questionable. He's a guard. You got It's a lot of names on here. At TC, he's the forward. He's out with a knee. Williams, guard, out with a knee. Hunt is questionable indefinitely. He's been out. And Johnson, the forward, concussion. He is questionable. Oregon, Richardson, he's been out. That's the only thing we have injury-wise. All right, let's get into some of these actual factuals. Oregon State, they're 4-10 ATS in their last 14 games. Total has gone over in 14 of Oregon State's last 20 games. They are 0-10 straight up in their last 10 games. 6-3 ATS in their last 9 games against Oregon. 2-4 straight up in their last 6 games against Oregon, and 0-17 straight up in their last 17 games this season. 0-10 straight up in their last 10 games against an opponent from the Pac-12 conference. Excuse me. The total is went under in 4 of Oregon State's last 5 games, played on a Wednesday. Oregon, they're 2-8 ATS in their last 10 games. 1-5 straight up in their last 6 games. 1-4 straight up in their last 5 games. 1-5 straight up in the last 6 games against an opponent from the Pac-12 conference. Total's gone over in 10 of Oregon's last 10 games played in March, and over in 5 of the last 6 games played on a Wednesday. Flat Top, throwing it to you. Oregon versus Oregon State. Minus the 9. Who do you
have? For me, Oregon State has been terrible. It is amazing how team, I was looking to see how many players they lost in it. For the most part, I didn't think they should have been this bad. They're 1-17 in conference play. They're in a 17-game losing streak. But Oregon's definitely going to win this. I think there's going to be a lot of points scored. Oregon State has been playing more inspired, and a chance to, end Oregon's bid for Ncaa. I think they're going to come out. They're going to play hard. It's a neutral site, and, this is a rivalry game. I think 142 is definitely doable. I think Oregon's going to beat them, but 9 is a lot, and Oregon has been like so. They have a lot. The only way they're basically getting in is winning, 2 or 3 games in this tournament. So right. I'm going to play it safe and go with the over, but I do think, I mean, if I was going to have a lean, I think maybe first half Oregon might be able to cover the 5, but official play is going to be that over 142.
All right, I got you. I'm in pretty much agreement with everything you said there. This Oregon State team, like I said, I've been fading this Oregon State team at least for a month, probably. Maybe a little bit longer than that. Definitely made a lot of money with them. I think I've only probably lost like one or two times fading Oregon State. However, this Oregon team is not the Oregon team that people probably think of when they think Oregon. Outside of they've won in like their last 5 games with a huge win in UCLA, but then got a tough loss at USC by 1. Washington, I don't understand that loss. Washington State, understand that loss, but it shouldn't have been no 20-point loss. Like that shouldn't have happened. But he got a tough loss to Arizona, so they play the tough teams. They play them close. They're just not winning. Oregon State is awful, man. This is a awful basketball team, man. Like, I'm not scared of the 9. I'm gonna take the 9. I think this is probably a double-digit win. Maybe they're inspired because it's Oregon. You get the rivalry game. Maybe they're inspired because they can knock off their rival, as you said, out of the tournament. But Oregon needs this game. They need every game, like you said. They need to go on a nice little run in this Pac-12 tournament, and I think they're a bubble team, so they need it. I'm gonna officially take the over with you because defense is lacking in this game, but I'm also gonna take the -9 because I just am not scared of Oregon State. That's just what's been happening. So I'm gonna take the over 142. And I'm going to take the -9 as official plays. Because Oregon State sucks. I'm not even.
Oregon State is terrible.
They are terrible. I mean, they literally, last 5 games, they've lost by. Last game, they lost by 9 in Washington. They hung in tight with Arizona, with Washington State, blowout by UCLA, and then hung in with USC. I'm not high, but USC was missing. Campbell, I believe, is his name.
Yeah.
And they struggle without him. So take it for what it's worth. I'm taking fucking Oregon. That's been a record thus far of the year. 95-72, 2 pushes overall. Not bad. Over 20 games. Not where we want to be though. But we got the tournament coming up. I think we can get up to about 30 to 40 games. That will make me happy. I know that'll make the coach happy. So, with that being said, y'all make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. This is Brothas N Bets. I am Marley Bets. That is Flat Top. Coach is working a little late. All right, let's keep it moving. Next game we have on the docket is Clemson. They're going on the road to take on Virginia Tech. Give me 1 second here to get to the actual facts. It's been a while since I ran the show. Coach is normally doing that. All right, we got Clemson. Let's look at the line is Virginia Tech -5. The total is at 130.5. Let's look at the injury report for Clemson. We got no injuries to report. Virginia Tech, no injuries to report there either. Here we go. Clemson, they're 4-1 ATS in their last 5 games. 5-0 straight up in their last 5 games. 4-10-1 ATS in their last 15 games against Virginia Tech. 2-7 straight up in their last 9 games against Virginia Tech. 5-1 straight up in their last 6 games this season. 5-0 straight up in their last 5 games against an opponent from the ACC. The total has gone under 4 of their last 5 games played in March. And 15 of their last 20 games played on Wednesday, for those of you that like those two kind of stacks. But it's also gone under in 5 of their last 6 games. Virginia Tech, they're 9-2 straight up in their last 11 games. But 1-5 ATS in the first week of March. 2-4 ATS in their last 6 games played on this Wednesday, for those of you that like those kind of stats. The 7-2 straight up in the last 9 games when playing as a favorite. The total, it's gone under in 7 of their last 8 games against an opponent from the ACC, under in 4 of the last 5 games, and under in 7 of the last 8 games. Virginia Tech and Clemson, ACC tournament. Virginia Tech -5. Flat top, what you got? You're muted, sir.
Cool. Here we go. So as far as these two teams, they're both pretty good defensively. The ACC's got some really high scoring teams with, North Carolina and Duke. And
Right.
If you watch those games when both of these teams kind of faced them, they were scoring, under their averages. I think this has all the makings of a slugfest, defensive, last possession kind of win here. 130 is pretty low. I'm normally all over taking, overs in that regard, but I think these two teams, I think they're going to try and slow it down a little bit. I feel pretty comfortable with taking the under. I don't know necessarily if I like Virginia Tech 5 points. I think they're better than Clemson. 5 is just a little more than I would like, especially neutral site. I think they're playing in New York, but I'm going to go with the under here as the official play. If I were going to have another lean, I think Virginia Tech would win money line, but again, on that 5, I'm just not comfortable with those points. So official play for flat top is going to be under that 130, even though that is pretty low.
Yeah, that's really low. But excuse me. I think the last game ended at 132, if I'm not mistaken. So very tight, very close. I agree with everything you said. However, I'm not scared of the 5. It's going to be a revenge game for Virginia Tech, and for that reason, I'm really not scared of the Fast. And this team's been playing good lately. They've won 3 out of the 5. Their only loss was coming to UNC a couple weeks ago, and then, about a week ago. And then they just lost to Clemson. These teams just played each other on Saturday, 63-59 at Clemson. Virginia Tech lost. I agree with you. I think they are the better team. Clemson won't have the home field, the home court, the crowd, and everything to help them out this time against Virginia Tech. What did I just click on? Sorry, my screen got messed up. I messed up there. So, but back to what I was saying. So, Aluma, 15 points a game, shooting 53% from the field. Wish we can get better at free throws, but 78's okay, I guess, for college. So I like Virginia Tech. I was gonna go first half -3, but I think they can cover the full game. So I took the -5 over something I've already jumped on. I just think this is the athleticism will take advantage of Clemson here. It's gonna be, like you said, it's gonna be a slow slugfest here. 130, you might have a chance. That is so.
It's so low, man.
You gotta hope they both stay
over the overs on that, but yeah.
But I mean, no, the last game, I obviously, my bad. I think I said 130. Now the last game was 120. It was 69 to 50.
Yeah.
59 to 63. Is that it? Hold on.
Yeah, I think it ends up being it's 123.
Yeah, 150. So it did go under.
It did. It did, but that home field, Clemson, Death Valley, that's a tough place.
Right, very tough place to play. And they're not, and see, they're on a 5-game winning streak. I'll give them Wake, but Boston College, that's not good. No. Georgia Tech, they're okay this year.
Boston College just beat Wake.
Yeah, but that's a fluke. And I'm just not Wake. Wake, so I'm Wake. I don't have a lot of faith in Wake.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to go far in the tournament. I don't think they're. I don't believe in Wake. I believe in Wake the way I believe in Purdue, not at all.
Yeah.
So
we'll see. I think Virginia Tech's a better team. I just don't. It's just been tight lately. Yeah.
Yeah. I get it. It's tournament time. They both need these games
exactly
in the tournament. So yeah, I expect it to be close. It's probably going to come down to free throws. As long as I make my free throws, I think that's what's going to get us to the 5. I like my chances. I'm good. I bet the game. So like I said, most games that we recommend, if not all games, are games that we actually put our money on. So make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Got another game. Let's keep it moving. We're on to Louisville and Virginia. That other team in Virginia. You want to say, guys, that other team in Virginia. Man, this is what comes out all the time. Haven't done this in a while. I gotta get back used to hosting. All right. Louisville and Virginia. Virginia -6. The total is at 122.5. Another very low total. Let's look at the injury report really quick. Louisville. Withers, he's questionable with a lower body, and Wisnitzer, he's been out indefinitely. For Virginia, we got no injuries to report. Let's look at the actual factuals. Louisville, they're 5-13 ATS in their last 18 games. 2-11 straight up in their last 13 games. 0-4-1 ATS in their last 5 games against Virginia. 1-13 straight up in their last 14 games against Virginia. 2-8 straight up in their last 10 games this season. 2-11 straight up in their last 13 games against an opponent from the ACC. In total has gone under in 8 of their last 9 games when played on a Wednesday, for those of you that like those kind of stats. Virginia, 7-2 ATS in their last 9 games. 6-3 straight up in their last 9 games. 8-3 ATS in their last 11 games. 7-2 ATS in their last 9 games against an opponent from the ACC. 10-1 straight up in their last 11 games played in March. Total has gone over in 4 of Virginia's last 5 games when playing as the favorites. Over in 8 of Virginia's last 11 games when going up against Louisville. And over in 7 of their last 10 games. All right, flat top. Louisville, Virginia, -6. Totals at 122. Who do you got?
So for this one, and this is one that I did place, I took Virginia -6. Louisville, it's awful. These two teams have played twice. Virginia's won by double digits twice. Both times it's gone under 120. I'm not scared of this Louisville team. I think Virginia takes care of business. Louisville, they just haven't been good. And I think this is, it's hard to beat a team 3 times in a row, but when teams not as good as Louisville and the way they've been playing lately, Virginia needs to have a strong showing, and I think they'll get that. So I am jumping all over the -6 on this Virginia team. And as far as the over-under, I'm going to take 2 officials. I'm going to take the under, even though this is 122 and it is so low. Both of these games have been around 115. I think the other one ended up at like 119. I think it's going to be a lot of the same. It's consistency. The scores are about 60 to 50. I like that cushion at 122. So my 2 official plays are going to be Virginia -6 and the under that 122.5.
Okay. Under. Oh, I got you. Did we talk NBA? Nah, we ain't talked about it yet. We go bust down a couple of those here in a second. On my way home. Well, man, get there safe. Man. Get there safe. All right, flat top. What did you say? Not what did you say? I'm trying to put
what are the plays? Yeah, so I got Virginia -6. And I'm going to take the under that 122. Even though again, that is so low. But
Super low.
yeah, just the way that Virginia plays, and I just don't know where the points are going to come from for Louisville, and yeah.
Okay, I got you. All right, so I'm in agreement. Well, not on the totals. Staying away from the totals on this particular play, but Virginia -6. Yes, like you said, they beat them both times by double digits during the season. I don't see why this would change just because it's the tournament. Louisville, they went through a coaching change this season. They had a bunch of internal problems, a bunch of bullshit going on at the school. So I think they're just ready to get this season over. I don't even think they want to go to the tournament. I don't think they want to win this tournament to get in. Like, I think they just want the season to get over and we can start over next year and let's just get into the off season as quick as we can. Meanwhile, Virginia, I mean, I know they're in, but I don't know if they were there want to be. I think they probably want, because I think they want to end the season a little bit better than they have. They've lost 3 out of their last 5 games. If I'm not mistaken, yes, 3 out of their last 5 games. Virginia Tech, who I say has been playing well as of late. Duke, obviously, that's Duke. And Florida State, who had a rough start to the season, mostly because of injuries, I believe. But they just got smashed today.
Smacked by Syracuse.
Right. Yeah, so I think they're ready to just get their season over with as well. Well, their season is over with. Anyway, so I'll agree with you there. I'm on Virginia. I'm on Virginia -6. Jaden Gardner, 15.2 points a game, 50% shooting, not bad. 81% from the free throw line. It's gonna be good late in the game to get us over that 6. He's also the team's leading rebounder at 6.9, practically 7. We can give him that. So I'm with you. I like Virginia -6. And that actually wraps up the college plays for today. I didn't have a lot of college plays. I don't know if you have any other games that you kind of wanted, that you saw. Maybe you won't have to necessarily talk a whole bunch about it, but if you want to give out anything other than the games that I particularly had on the show.
A game that I really liked, had my eye on, it's a little bit later, is the FAU, so Florida Atlantic versus Southern Mississippi. Southern Mississippi is terrible. Florida Atlantic is getting hot at the right time. I think they're 13.5-point favorites or something along that. I would feel safer about the first half, taking it maybe like 8 or just to be up double digits. They usually come out pretty strong in the beginning, and then they do enough not to lose in the second half. But it's a pretty good team, and Southern Mississippi is pretty bad. And then the other one that I looked at, I put a bunch on, was Seton Hall against Georgetown. Georgetown's terrible. I'm taking Seton Hall first half minus the 5 or whatever it is. I think they're 10-point favorite. Georgetown's lost, I'm pretty sure, every single one of their Big East games.
I think so.
Yeah, they're on like a 20-game losing streak or something.
It's not good.
Yeah, and Hall needs to show out, show that they're still pretty good. They started off hot, but as we know, the Big East is one of the more competitive conferences to, So if you look at the Florida Atlantic versus Southern Miss and Seton Hall versus Georgetown, I think they'll both cover. It's double-digit spreads, but the two teams that they're facing are terrible.
All right. Y'all got that? Because I didn't write all that down. So hope everybody listen. I don't know if you want to run through it one more time real quick or...
Yeah, so first one is going to be the Seton Hall versus Georgetown. It's 10-point spread. Take the points. Don't be scared. Georgetown is terrible. They're on a 20-game losing streak. I don't think they have a single Big East win. So take Hall, hammer that. And then the other one is going to be Florida Atlantic versus Southern Mississippi. Another one of those top part of their conference versus the very bottom barrel. It's 13.5, which is pretty generous. So I would look at both of those spreads to cover.
Okay. All right. Well, that wraps up the college version of today's show. I'm gonna go over the plays real quick for everybody that missed it. So we only had 3 plays, or 3 games, I should say, on the show today. My plays are right here. We got the over 142 and the Oregon minus the 9. That's the Oregon State and Oregon game. For some reason, I left off my Virginia Tech play. So we're gonna add Virginia Tech minus 5 to that play, as well as Virginia minus 6. Flat top here. Damn. He's looking at the under. Let me know if I got anything wrong on that too, flat top. He's looking at the under in the Clemson and Virginia Tech game at 135.5. Over 142 in the Oregon State game. He's also on with me on Virginia minus the 6. He's also on the under 123 on that game. Everything look right?
Looks good, man.
All right. One more time, because I didn't have my plays together. My plays for today is over 142 in that Oregon game, and Oregon minus the 9. Virginia Tech minus the 5. I'm out of order. Virginia minus 6. VT Virginia Tech minus the 5. 3 plays I got for everybody today. Now let's talk a little bit of NBA. It's getting ready to be that time, man. We got about 20-ish games or so left. Got people fighting for seeding, fighting for the play-in. I only really saw 2 plays for the day. Let's talk about them real quick. First, we got the Hawks. They're going on the road to take on the team I think everybody is forgetting about for some strange reason. The Bucks, last year's champions. Look at the injury report really quick. The line opened up, however, at the Bucks minus 4.5. The total is at 240, sky high. But if you've been watching the Bucks, they total's been that way for the last couple games. Injury report: Herter is out. He's been upgraded to probable for Atlanta. That's the only person listed on the injury report. Milwaukee, Lopez has been out. Hill's downgraded to out. Cottington is out indefinitely. He's been out. And Grayson Allen has been upgraded to probable. Couple actual factuals real quick. Like Atlanta, 2-4 ATS in their last 6 games against 6-14 straight up in their last 20 games against Milwaukee. 1-7 ATS in their last 8 games on the road. 1-9 straight up in their last 10 games when playing on the road against Milwaukee. 2-4 ATS in their last 6 games against an opponent from the Eastern Conference. And their total has gone over in 8 of Atlanta's last 10 games against an opponent from the Central Division. Also over in 5 of the last 7 games played in the early month of March. The Bucks, they're 4-1 ATS in their last 5 games. 5-0 straight up in their last 5 games. 9-1 straight up in their last 10 games when playing at home against Atlanta. 5-1 straight up in their last 6 games. 4-10 ATS in their last 14 games against an opponent from the Eastern Conference. That's an odd stat. Total's gone under in 4 of Milwaukee's last 6 games against an opponent from the Southeast Division. Over in 6 of the last 7 home games, and over in 11 of Milwaukee's last 13 games. Excuse me. Atlanta Hawks on the road take on the Bucks minus 4.5. Totals at 240. Flat top. You have a play on this game?
Yeah, I'm riding with the hot team. I think you hit the nail on the head. People are forgetting about Milwaukee. Like, they're not having that bad of a season. They're doing pretty good. I think this Atlanta team leaves a lot to be desired. And if you've been watching like Milwaukee's last 5 games, including the one where they, beat the Suns by double digits.
Suns around.
Yeah, beat them by double digits, put up
Did Booker play? I don't know if
142.
Booker played that game though, right?
He might not have played. Still, that was a finals rematch, and Milwaukee, just their offense is lighting it up. I love Milwaukee 4.5 at home, against the Crib. So yeah, my play, I think this is a can't miss, is Milwaukee minus 4.5.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm all over the Bucks minus 1.5. When I first saw it, I thought somebody has to be out, like Middleton or Drew, or something's not right. I still think something's not right. I wish Coach was here. This is when I need Coach in his Twitter
Yeah.
feed, because he be on Twitter with it, and that's
Yep.
the best injury update report, because it's just so fucking instant. But because the line just looks weird to me, I think it should be like 6 or 7, honestly. I'm all over the minus 4.5 though, and they're at the. It's just like minus 4.5 at the crib. Dang, it's just that don't seem right to me. Something got to be. If somebody in the chat in the group knows something I don't know, somebody please say something. It's not an injury. But thing I like about the Bucks is that Drew Holiday has improved his scoring. And that's been a big key for them. So now you got like I didn't consider them a legit big three, but they are like a little. You got one big, like a 2.5. You got one for show, and then you got like a half and a 3/4 or something. Somewhere along there, you can add it all up and get to like 2.5 though. But Drew on defense is like he's a certified 1 for sure.
Yeah.
Middleton he's so fucking iffy. That's the problem. But anyway, I love the 4.5. Like you said, the Hawks, they go as Trae Young go, obviously, but I think he gonna have his hands full tonight in Milwaukee. I actually like to double up first half and full game, but I only took the first half as far as my personal play, so we'll leave it at that as far as the play. All right, got one more game for you guys for NBA, and that is probably the marquee game of the night. I think Booker is back, if I'm not mistaken, but let's check that out on the injury report real quick. We got the Phoenix Suns. They're going on the road to take on the number 1 in the Eastern Conference, another team that I think people has been sleeping on because they've been injured, and even with all those different injuries and people in and out of the lineup, they still got number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference as of right now. That is the Miami Heat. The line is opened up at the Miami Heat minus 4.5. Total is at 220. Let's look at the injury report real quick. See a book back. We know Paul is out. Kaminsky's been out. Booker is probable. He's quarantined. Sark's been out, and Johnson is downgraded to out as well. Miami, Morris is out. He's been out. Butler is questionable, and Martin is questionable. And that's all we have there for Miami. A couple actual factual Phoenix. They're 1-5 ATS in their last 6 games. 16-4 straight up in their last 20 games. 5-14 ATS in their last 19 games against Miami. 5-15 straight up in their last 20 games against Miami. But 13-2 straight up in their last 15 games on the road. 3-8 straight up in their last 11 games when playing on the road in Miami, however. 1-4 ATS in their last 5 games this season. And the total has gone over in 6 of their last 7 games when playing an opponent from the Eastern Conference, and over in 7 of the last 10 games when playing an opponent from the Southeast Division. The Heat, 5-0 ATS in their last 5 games. 7-1 straight up in their last 8 games. 17-3 straight up in their last 20 games at home. 8-3 straight up in their last 11 games when playing at home against Phoenix. 6-1 ATS in their last 7 games this season. 8-3 ATS in their last 11 games against an opponent from the Western Conference. And the total's gone over in 5 of the last 5 games against an opponent from the Pacific Division. Flat Top, turn it back over to you. The Phoenix Suns that you just talked about getting smacked down by Milwaukee, taking on the Miami Heat, minus 4.5. Totals at 220.
Well, this time we know for sure. I think Booker is playing. He wasn't on the.
Well, he's probable.
Oh, probable.
Well, he's probably going to play. That's how I look at probable.
Yeah, I feel he's probably going to play. I'm over on the over for this one. I think if Book plays, the Heat have been playing pretty good. I mean, they're averaging probably about 110, 115 the last 5 games. And then we know Phoenix can score, especially if Booker's on there. And I think 220, I feel pretty good that this should be a tight game. It's 2 really good teams, well coached, and number 1 in the league and number 1 in the East. Miami's usually known pretty well for its defense, but I think just the amount of options that Phoenix has, even down Paul, I think there's going to be a decent amount of scoring in this, at least enough to get 220. So I feel, yeah. So for me, I'm taking over 220.
Yeah, I mean it is low, but the Heat, I mean that's kind of what they do is play defense.
They just gave up 120 to Milwaukee
that was Milwaukee though. It's not like
it's not like the number 1 team in the.
They held Philly to 82, Brooklyn to 107, Chicago to 99.
That hit 220 when they held Brooklyn to 107. They put up 113. And you're looking at they held Philly to 82.
Oh, I'm not going against your.
I'm
not going against your play though. I'm not.
Yeah.
I have no opinion.
You take what you want to take, Marley.
Yeah. I'm not trying to talk anybody off or sway you away from your opinion. I was just commenting on the fact that the Heat.
No, for sure.
Defense. But I'm on the Heat minus the 4.5. I'm with TD. My man TD in the comments. He said take the Heat minus the points. Terrell Davis. I'm right there with him. Minus the 4.5. Booker, if he plays, if he doesn't, I still feel the same way. Honestly, if he plays, he's missed a couple games. Might be a bit rusty. You're gonna probably have PJ Tucker and Butler's questionable, so we'll see what's going on with Butler. Gonna have it's gonna be a tough night defensively. Nothing will be easy. I'll say that they don't give up easy baskets. You're gonna have to work for every point. So I don't know if this is the best team to come back against, but whatever. Just you play who's on the schedule. The Heat 17-3 in their last 20 games at home, number 1 in the Eastern Conference. They got Victor Oladipo coming back soon. That's going to be if anybody's watching like the earlier shows right before NBA season started, pre-talk and preseason, I was saying like the moves they made in the offseason, like I was feeling every
absolutely.
So I'm not surprised that what's going on. I was kind of surprised to look up and see they were in first, but it's more of a so that I've been so focused on college that I haven't really had a chance to like lock in on NBA. So now I'm paying a little more attention. I love this Heat. I mean, my 2 NBA. This is like the 2 NBA for me. The Bucks is the lock of the day, but that doesn't count because I guess our locks only count on college right now. But the best play, that Bucks and this Heat, I'm right behind my 2 NBA plays. These to me are the 2 best plays of the day. By far, in my opinion. Hey, I've been wrong before. Don't take me as gospel though. So, but if it makes anybody feel better, my money is on every last game I gave you guys, every last play, and the bulk of it is on the Heat and the Bucks. And I feel
not looking back, man.
I'm not looking back at all. I actually feel great about it. So taking my chances there. Even did a little parlay with a 2-teamer money line just because I feel good about it. Also did a 4-teamer with Heat, Bucks, Virginia, and Oregon first half. Little 14 to throw out there on you boys. I like that.
$5 come up.
$5. You goddamn right. I haven't done a $5 come up since football season. Man, I gotta get back on. Man, what it is, I've been working, getting this business off the ground, and just time ain't been what it needs to be like focusing on like it needs to be focused on. So, I'm gonna get it together. Here soon. I'm trying to get back on my hockey plays, is what I'm trying to do. Because boys don't know hockey is easy. Well, I'm not gonna say it's easy money, but it's like it's so profitable You know what I'm saying? If you just pay like a little bit of attention.
Yeah.
It's like baseball too. Like if you can get good at picking the run lines,
Yeah, you're chilling.
it's just so profitable. I went to Vegas and fell in love with hockey because I wasn't betting. I wasn't really paying attention to it until I moved to Vegas a couple of years ago. Like,
and then you saw the money, right? I mean, the lines
it was
for that
just
are
too
way
easy,
better.
man. It was just, to me behind. It's one of the easiest sports to cap. Like NFL is one of the toughest sports to cap.
Yeah.
Basketball is probably next, and baseball and hockey. Like those two are like the money makers. Goddamn it!
Yeah.
They're not my favorite sports to watch.
No, I won't watch
by
it.
far. But when it comes to making money, if you're not betting on baseball and hockey, I don't know what you're doing. If you do this every day, like if you're a consistent better,
yes,
you got to be betting on baseball and hockey. Like it's fucking profitable, and it's not hard. Find the goalie, like get you a good team with a good goalie. You know, favorites normally win. The losers normally suck. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Playoffs are coming up, so it's gonna be a little bit tougher. But yeah, that's probably when I'll start back doing hockey. I like it. But anyway, all right, man. Enough chatter for a little bit. So as far as basketball goes, I like the Bucks, or we both like the Bucks. Minus the 4.5. We both like the Heat. Oh wait, no, you're on the over.
I'm taking the over, but I do think the Heat will win. I would, lean money line, but they've been playing really good. And I mean, I'm almost convinced to take that 4.5. I'm gonna stick with the over, but I think
4.5 is good. So they won 4 out of the last 5. Granted, the Philly win, James Harden didn't play. So if take that for what it's worth, I guess. They did beat Brooklyn at Brooklyn, so you don't get Kyrie, but KD played.
Yeah, he played.
You got a 1-point loss at the Bucks by 1, in which Jimmy Butler got fouled and they didn't call it. And then Drew came down and hit, I didn't even expect Drew Holiday to take that fucking shot. So and then they smashed the Bulls. But the Bulls,
team's real. This team is real.
The Bulls aren't, I like the Bulls. I like the moves they made. Clearly they went from like a they didn't make the playoffs last year. Non-playoff team to like a middle of the pack team. DeRozan has been playing phenomenal. But
they're just not there yet.
They are 1-12 against the if you're ranked 6 or above in either conference, 6 or above, they're like 1-11. That speaks volumes to me. So it's like I personally don't know if they're going to beat Detroit tonight. I would take the 6 before I took the -6 with the Bulls. Detroit's been playing better. Give me 6 points. Detroit at the road. I think the Bulls are like 1-5, 1-6 on the road, something like that. They're trying to stop like a 3 or 4 game losing streak. No Lonzo Ball, no Vucevic. Detroit might do something. Look, that might be like a money line first half +6 full game. Like Detroit's been playing better. I think they've actually won like 3 out of the last 5 or something like that. Let me look it up.
Yeah, Detroit's been playing better.
I'm just curious.
Cunningham's getting his.
I might be talking myself into it. Cunningham is getting 16 points a game right now. Let me see. They won 4 out of their last 5. 3 in a row. 2 in a row at home. Overtime win to Atlanta. Win it in Bulls are on a 5-game losing streak.
Lost their last 5.
Hey, that might be something to look at right there.
As we speak.
Might be something to look at right there. All right, man. You got anything else before we get up out of here? We're getting close to that hour mark.
No, I think I'm good. I said everything.
All right, man. Appreciate you joining me. Hopefully we can do this again tomorrow. I'll
absolutely.
Get with you off camera. See, I'm gonna have a long day at work tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes. But anyways, man, I appreciate everybody in the chat joining in. Y'all know what it is. This is Brothas N Bets. I am Marley Bets.
This is Flat Top.
Flat Top. all the way from Vegas, man. I appreciate you. Y'all know what it is. What we trying to do every single day is let's beat Vegas. We out this motherfucker.
Check it out. Look, we from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays.